Kangals are the undisputed kings of the canine world, and when Dogo Argentinoes or any other dogs or wild animals even try to challenge their authority, they end up deeply regretting their decisions, which is exactly what we're about to see today. This wolf managed to sneak into a farmer's pen, and it began terrorizing the poor sheep, attacking them viciously. Overwhelmed with fear, the sheep screamed and scattered, desperately trying to escape the wolf's attacks. Outside the pen, a Kangal dog was tied to a leash and helplessly barked at the pen. Despite its frustration, the Kangal couldn't immediately intervene to defend the sheep. The wolf succeeded in killing a small lamb and, carrying its prize, attempted to flee. However, the leash was long enough for the Kangal to block the wolf's path. The wolf, realizing its escape was cut off, tried to trick the Kangal by pretending to go one way and then moving in the opposite direction. But that was when the much smarter and faster Kangal caught it, unleashing pure fury on the malicious predator for what it did to its friends, ultimately killing the wolf and making it pay for its mistake. A foolish wolf thought that it could attack a sleeping Kangal and get away with it here. The Kangal was a fully grown one, and it was sleeping next to a fully grown one too. The wolf quickly realized its mistake when both dogs suddenly woke up and tried to attack it. Thankfully for the wolf, both dogs were on a leash, but it was clear that the wolf had just signed up for a suicide mission. It had tried to sneak up and bite one of them in the back of the neck, hoping to kill it quickly and drag it away before the other could react. However, the wolf barely escaped with its life as the dogs lunged at it. With their leashes holding them back, the wolf managed to get away, but it was a foolish mistake that could have easily gotten it torn apart. It was clear that the wolf hadn't thought its plan through, and it was incredibly lucky to walk away unscathed. In this truly insane encounter, a bear wandered into a residential area and surprised a man and tried to attack him. The man was lucky to have his loyal Kangal with him, as the brave dog immediately rushed in to save the day. The Kangal not only stopped the bear, but defeated it as well. It was a scene that seemed straight out of a movie. The bear, even though it was much larger, didn't stand a chance once the Kangal got it cornered. The dog showed no fear as it took down the predator, using its incredible strength and speed to overwhelm it. By the time it was over, the bear was desperately trying to escape, regretting its decision to go after the man in the first place. Two bold Kangals somehow snuck into an animal reservation and faced lions and tigers many times bigger than themselves here. In a shocking turn of events, the Kangals completely dominated the big cats, controlling the entire situation with ease. The big cats seemed outmatched by the fierce determination and strength of the fearless canines. It was almost unbelievable to see the massive cats so helpless against these two dogs. But the Kangals proved once again that they are not to be underestimated. Maybe it's because in the end, lions and tigers are still just cats. What do you guys think? Could it be that the Kangals' confidence overwhelmed the bigger animals? Either way, it was a scene that nobody expected to see. Take a look at this one. A massive Kangal stood at one side of a fence, while a young but larger tiger stood at the other. Instead of avoiding eye contact or trying to hide, the Kangal was eager to meet and fight the tiger. The Kangal paced back and forth, trying to find a way across the fence that separated them, and the tiger, equally fired up, mirrored its movements. Both animals seemed ready for an epic showdown, each sizing the other up. But thankfully, the fence prevented what would have surely been a deadly encounter. Had the fence not been there, there's no question that one of them would have ended up dead. Another foolish wolf spotted two Kangals on leashes a few feet apart and thought that it could isolate one of them to attack. But instead of catching the Kangal off guard, the wolf found itself caught in the Kangal's powerful jaws. The Kangal, furious and without mercy, attacked the wolf with unmatched aggression. The wolf probably wished it had never made such a foolish mistake. The Kangal shook the wolf violently, not giving it a chance to escape, and the wolf struggled in vain. Eventually, the wolf took its last breath, and the bloodthirsty predator paid for its cocky mistake. The Kangal proved once again why it's one of the most fearsome dogs in the world, and the wolf learned that not all prey is an easy target. When a Dogo Argentino spotted a slightly smaller Kangal here, it rushed towards it to attack it. But as soon as the doggo attacked, it realized that it was in over its head. The Kangal fought back fiercely, proving to be even stronger than the aggressive doggo. The doggo tried to reestablish its dominance, but the Kangal made it clear that if the fight escalated, the doggo would be completely wrecked. Realizing that it had no chance of winning, the Dogo Argentino swallowed its pride and ran off. It was lucky the Kangal wasn't looking for a fight, as it allowed the doggo to escape without further harm. The doggo had underestimated its opponent, and the Kangal proved once and for all that it was the stronger dog. These two dogs tried to act tough and intimidate a Kangal, but the Kangal wasn't threatened at all. It didn't care about the dog's foolish display, and its lack of reaction made the two dogs realize just how outmatched they were. Sensing the power difference, they quickly stopped their aggressive behavior, backing off before things could escalate. The Kangal stood calmly, unfazed by the entire situation, while the two dogs, knowing they had no chance, gave up on their attempt to look intimidating. It was clear that the Kangal wasn't one to mess with, and the dog's foolish behavior quickly came to an end. Check this one out. A Kangal and a pitbull came face to face in this tense encounter, and despite the pitbulls usually being the ones to act rough and pick fights, this time the pitbull froze in its tracks. As the Kangal approached, the pitbull didn't make a single move, clearly sensing the challenge but unwilling to engage. The Kangal walked toward the pitbull, almost daring it to make the first move, but the pitbull, for once, wasn't ready to fight. The sheer presence of the Kangal was enough to stop the pitbull in its tracks. Wild boars are known for their vicious and aggressive nature, making them incredibly hard to deal with. But on this day, a wild boar's path was blocked by a Kangal dog, which started barking aggressively at the boar. Instead of fighting back, the boar seemed terrified, refusing to make eye contact with the dog. It acted as if it didn't even see the Kangal, too scared to engage with the powerful dog. The Kangal, however, made it clear that the boar wasn't going anywhere. The wild boar's usual bravado vanished in the face of the fearless Kangal, and it had no choice but to turn around. A not-so-bright hyena decided to challenge a Kangal here, mistaking it for just another animal. But it was quickly shocked when the Kangal turned out to be far tougher than expected. The Kangal wasted no time flipping the script and attacking the hyena viciously, pinning it down without mercy. The fight was completely one-sided, with the Kangal dominating the entire encounter. The hyena, realizing it had made a terrible mistake, struggled to break free, but the Kangal just would not stop attacking and shaking it. When a Kangal and a German Shepherd met in the middle of the road, they faced each other in a brief standoff. It didn't take long for the German Shepherd to realize that it couldn't challenge the Kangal. Without the Kangal even making a move, the Shepherd backed down, recognizing the Kangal's superior power. The Kangal, calm and confident, stood still, watching as the Shepherd slowly walked away. There was no fight, no growling, and no need for the Kangal to assert its dominance. The Shepherd simply knew it was outmatched and chose to walk away, leaving the Kangal standing victorious without lifting a paw. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.